motorcycle is whatever you want to make it. Turn it on, you can give yourself a real thrill.
What's going on, guys? This is Carl with the RacerRed channel. Today I'm heading up to Sturgill Peak Lookout, hopefully. My tires have no traction going on right now. I'm assuming this thins out or narrows out into a single track. The trailhead sign said that there were no four-wheelers allowed on this. I'm riding the 2019 Italian Stallion today. Man, that last ride was definitely an adventure. Finally got my truck going again. That was pretty wild. Ended up being something really simple that was wrong with my truck. A blown fuse was the culprit, so got that squared away, so it's ready to roll. I was shocked at how many armchair quarterbacks there were. A lot of people gave like good info, but then there were some that were like, I would have done this. I've come to expect that, but it's also still annoying. There's always somebody that thinks they could have done better. But yeah, I'm always shocked at how many people armchair quarterback the situations that I'm in. And it's like, dude, go do your own adventure. Either give like really good info or get out. Yeah, this is showing as a single track on my map, so I guess the trailhead says it's a single track too. I'm assuming it will turn into that eventually. This motor feels really smooth. It's a pretty nice bike to ride, really. Definitely heavier than my other bikes, though. You can definitely feel it. But I kind of expected things to get a little bit hardcore today, but if I'm on a double track like I am right now, it should be fairly easy all the way through. And if all the signs are correct and this lookout is closed, then it may be blocked off to the point where I can't even get up here all the way. Looks like this has been pretty much trail poached hard by the four-wheeler riders, so to keep the four-wheelers off, you really have to start doing some gnarly stuff to make them back off. Yes. Otherwise, if you do a single track and say no four-wheelers allowed, and you make it like this, or it's just really easy, four-wheelers can, as long as they can still go on it, they'll go on it. But four-wheelers are very limited, and eventually it'll turn to single track here if things get gnarly. Because the four-wheeler just can't do gnarly stuff like straight up and down climbs, or especially side hills. Get into some side hills and have to pick your way through rocks and stuff like that, and then you'll get rid of this double track. But as a machine can make it, I advocate for dirt bike riding and four-wheeler riding. So I mean, as long as your machine can make it, I'm not opposed to it. But the government does oppose to it. The government is opposed to it, trust me. But yeah, this is supposed to be single track back in here, and this is not single track. This isn't just like one person trail poaching. This is like everybody on the four-wheelers coming up and riding this. So I'm assuming since it's so worn that I'm assuming that it's not going to get gnarly. Otherwise, four-wheeler tracks would have been long gone by now. This suspension is soft, but man, it feels good over a lot of this. I've blown through this suspension several times, but if I need to utilize the full stroke of this suspension all the time, like every time I ride, then I would adjust it, but I've only bottomed a couple times, so I'd say that's good enough. But I do like how smooth this engine feels. Feels like you could really lug it. Whoa, almost went down. Where are we going here? Okay, things are getting early now. No more double track. This is single track now. Yeah, this is steep side hill. This is how you get rid of double track right here. Get into some gnarly switchbacks, mountain goat territory. Honestly, I'll be a little bit surprised if I can get all the way through here. I don't think this has received very much traffic this year, and I wouldn't be a bit surprised if I run into some deadfall that's too big for my handsaw. Oh yeah, we're definitely getting gnarly here. Times like these, I kind of wish I had a fresh rear tire, but she's bald. She's a baldy. Yeah, we are climbing right now. One thing the GoPro doesn't show, depth perception, so you guys can't see how steep this is, but this is good. It's hard to believe I went from highway to this, right? It's cool that I never had to load this bike up. And that is why I bought it. have to say is, after I climb this, I better be rewarded with a sweet view. Yeah, this bike this thing does not flame out. Has a good clutch. I like it. This is really working out pretty good. When I drop down the RPMs around these switchbacks, a lot of bikes would have a tendency to stall. This bike, not even close. A lot of the race bikes have a very on or off kind of clutch where there's not much feel to it. It's not very progressive. And that tends to cause a lot of flame out issues if you're trying to use partial power on a single track, real steep stuff like this, but what a beautiful single track. Holy cow, this is awesome. I am really hoping I can make it. Look at this huge tree. You guys kind of stay with me throughout this adventure. I don't have an external battery source, so what's in the camera is what I've got. I like to try to... Somebody made that a little bit narrower than maybe it needed to be, but that looked really recent, so I have a feeling that I might know who did that. What a beautiful ride. Getting rocky now. This bike is a little bit harsh in how it holds its weight. If you're comparing it directly against a bike that's made for this kind of stuff, it's not really fair. But the same token, it's more forgiving than other bikes I have. The suspension feels great on this thing. But how it holds its weight is awkward. So when I catch a rock or something like that, I feel like this bike feels like top heavy, so I really have to throw my weight to the other side to transfer the energy to the other side of the bike. Looks like I need to stay on the road from here on out if I need to hit that location I'm trying to hit. See if I can get some air through this little girl. She's boiling. I could hear I could hear it. It's getting hot.